Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel, The Gym Doctors. Me, Mohsen, and this is Yahya, together with the Gym Doctors. We started the channel a couple of months back, once we started our own health and well-being journeys, and we realized that there's not much medically evidence-based content out there for everyone. We're both GPs here in the UK, so we decided we'll put some content together, keeping in mind our own medical experience and obviously our own health and well-being journey. Then essentially this is just a collection of that. So today we decided we'll be talking about nutrition, and I'll let Yahya take over.
Hello everyone, I'm Yahya and that's Mohsen. Just a disclaimer, none of the information that we give is a medical advice.
Yeah.
It's purely for general knowledge, entertainment. If you have any question, please speak to a professional, your own professional. Take medical advice from your doctor. Today, as Mohsen mentioned, we are talking about nutrition. We were brainstorming a little bit and we were thinking what form of information you may be interested at. So we decided that we will start by basic things. Some people may know this information already. Some people may think that they are new. However, at least what we are telling you will be right as much as we can.
I'd say, evidence-based, hopefully.
We need to start with basic components of nutrition that for normal human beings. And we just went into the idea of there are two different types of things, macronutrients and micronutrients. Macronutrients are the main thing that you need in large amounts, and micronutrients are things that you need in just small or little amount. An example of these are the carbohydrates. Example of the micronutrients are salts, minerals, and vitamins. Okay, Dr. Mohsen, what advice would you give on nutrition? What would be an ideal nutrition?
All right. Well, today, like we said, we'll talk about the main things. So main would be the macronutrients, so fats, proteins, carbohydrates. All right. We'll keep the micronutrients for another video at some point. Now, main thing when we're looking at nutrition would be, generally speaking, you want to keep a healthy or balanced diet. So that's the first and foremost component. Now, with that would involve a good, well balance of all three components: proteins, fats, carbohydrates. Now, proteins generally the one that takes quite a lot of
Debate.
preference and debate. There's a lot going on now, so we'll start with that initially. Protein, what you want is you want to be consuming a good amount. Roughly, a good amount would be somewhere around 0.7 to 0.8 grams per pound of body weight. All right. You can go higher, obviously, for specific conditions or competitive athletes, bodybuilders, they want to keep it a bit higher, so they might go to maybe 1 to 1.5 grams per pound of body weight. But generally, for large majority of us, it would be 0.7 to 0.8 grams. Now, you want to tell them about a couple of sources of protein? What would be the most common ones?
Yeah, definitely. Before going there, I just want to explain a few things. Proteins, the main difference between proteins, carbohydrates, and fats are some component in the protein called nitrogen. And too much protein can be harmful. Too little protein can be harmful. Too much protein can push you into having gout. Gout is when your body is unable to get rid of the protein of the waste of the protein inside your body.
Yeah.
And if you take too little, you will go into malnutrition, and there are, especially in children. Proteins are available in any fish, poultry, meats, beef. If you are eating pork, in pork. The proteins are also available in plant origin, but the plant origin, they don't contain all the essential protein that you need. Your body is able to make some proteins, and some other protein your body has to take from outside. The protein that your body has to take from outside is available in living proteins or animal proteins, fish and poultry, of course. However, you don't have to have that 0.7 or 0.8 gram per kilogram protein completely from animal source. You can mix and match whatever you want.
Whatever your preference.
Yeah. Any other thoughts?
No, I think that should cover about the basics of protein for
Proteins.
now. Yeah. Then we can talk about say fats. Now, fats again, they get say maligned quite a lot by the general community, but they're not the worst thing for you, right? You need to keep a healthy balance of fats because your body does need some amount of fat for its normal vital functions. All right, completely taking fat out of the equation is not always the answer to everything.
Yeah.
So you do need to keep a healthy balance. Now, fats would generally be available in.
Well, fats are available in meats, basically. Yeah. There are plant fats and there are animal fats. Plant fats like oils. Most of the oil that you buy from the supermarket, they are plant-based. Yeah. The other animal-based fats, you can easily find that in butter, for example. You can easily get that. Cheese, eggs, and milk products. Milk products will contain proteins and will contain some carbohydrates, will contain some fats. It's a really good source of nutrition. However, it's not sufficient to provide you with everything that you need. Fats have that reputation that they are bad. They cause you to have a heart problem. They cause you to have high blood pressure. We want to keep your fats, some of the fats inside the body. It's well known. Most people know it. It's called cholesterol. So we want to keep your cholesterol down. Yes, that's true. But the other side of this coin is fats are essential. You need them for your day-to-day life. You need them for energy. They provide a lot of. They do other functions inside your body. Your cells, they contain fat. Some hormones like the steroids, they contain fats. So fats are essential as well. You can't keep them out of your diet completely.
Yeah.
Any thoughts?
Yeah, I think that should cover that. Then lastly, we come to carbohydrates. And carbohydrates are basically, in other words, known as sugars. Right now, again, sugar is something that gets quite a bad reputation, which again, not entirely justified, I would say, because you do need carbohydrates again to function on a day-to-day basis. Your carbohydrates are generally your main source of energy. All right, so the glucose that runs in your bloodstream is pretty much the main source of energy for pretty much every body function. For you to even walk around, for us to be standing here, we're using some level of glucose in our body. Now, if you don't have that, obviously, that makes you cranky, irritable, a bit of mood swings, all those things. Now, generally speaking, you can find carbohydrates in quite a lot of things. Do you want to just give a few examples?
Yes. So carbohydrates are sugars. Basically, anything that's sweet and not artificially sweetened will contain some sort of carbohydrates. Yeah. All wheat products, corn products will contain carbohydrates.
Rice, pasta, pretty generally contains carbohydrate. Yeah, bread. So again, wheat.
Biscuits, but keep the biscuits. Under control because they contain a lot of carbohydrates and a lot of calories.
Yeah, a lot of sugar actually. Yeah. So that's the refined sugar that we're talking about, not the one that's naturally present. So we can even get carbohydrates in fruits. Again, that's the naturally present sugar, which is generally okay for you to consume. Now, again, we can talk about that later on at some point. in a bit more detail.
We will be doing few videos. One specifically about carbohydrates, one specifically about fats, one specifically about proteins, and the micronutrients, including minerals and vitamins. We will be doing that in few videos later on. Please leave us comments about anything that you would like to ask. We will try to answer the questions as best as we can. Most of the information are available online, but they are not really reliable. You will find some people are not some people. Let's say some influencer. They are more biased toward whatever they are getting the advertising to for.
So depends largely on being sponsored. But well, that's a controversial topic. Let's not
go there.
Now basically, now keeping these three components in mind, what you want to do is you want to keep a balance of all three, right? Now generally speaking, nutrition, when it comes to exercising and working out, most commonly either you've got two things on mind. Either you want to gain weight, gain some muscle mass, or obviously you want to lose weight, which I think is the vast majority of people that would normally be looking at these things, trying to lose some weight.
Or you want to keep your weight.
You want to maintain your weight. Now, what you're aiming for is you want to keep a balance of the amount of calories that you're consuming. Now, what are calories?
Well, calories is a way of measuring the amount of energy that your body is consuming, or that's produced by 1 gram of certain substance. Something like carbohydrates, they give you 4 calories per gram. So when your body is consuming 1 gram of carbohydrate, it ends up with 4. You end up with plus 4 calories. The same goes with fats and the proteins. How much in fats?
Well, fats contain slightly over double the amount, 9 grams, 9 calories per gram, and protein is almost equivalent to carbohydrates, so again 4 calories per gram, depending on how much you can do. Now, what you want to do is you want to keep a balance between those things. Now, we'll just quickly talk about keeping a balance.
I just want to say something. So your daily needs are not just what you are using for exercising. There's something called basal metabolic rate, which is the amount of energy that your body needs to keep alive, to keep your vital functions working.
That sounds a bit ominous when you say alive, but in theory, that's keep your body functioning on a day-to-day basis, even if you're pretty much lying asleep all day.
That's right. There are different calculators online that you can try. They give you a rough estimate about your basal metabolic needs. In general, a 180 centimeter, 70 kilogram male at the age of 25 may need roughly 2,000 calories if they are not doing anything, just staying in bed all day.
It is unlikely. I mean, hopefully no one's doing that, but
try to avoid that, of course. So you need to keep that in mind as well, and you need, when you are going for exercising, of course, you need to keep in mind that you need variety of food in your nutrition, and you need to get the amount of calories that's sufficient for the goal that you are aiming for. More muscle mass, more proteins, losing weight, less carbohydrates, less fats, gaining weight, more carbohydrates, more fats, and more proteins.
That sounds about right. So basically the gist of it is, now when you've got your basal metabolic rate, you've calculated a rough amount. You can use any of the online calculators. They all give you a rough idea, and depending on your physical activity levels, you've got an idea of how much calories you should be consuming on a day-to-day basis. Say for example 2,000. So if you're aiming to lose weight, what you want to just drop down to maybe 1,800 calories a day for a sustained period of time, so that you can see a caloric deficit, right, which will obviously over time lead to weight loss. And if you're aiming to gain weight, you want to increase that again slightly, maybe 2,100 to 2,200 calories per day, again for a sustained amount of time. So none of this is a crash diet. None of this will be a fad diet. All of this is changes that will take place over a sustained amount of time. So you would want to be following that particular caloric deficit or caloric surplus for at least maybe 6 to 8 months, give or take, because that will show you sustained results, and results that you can actually maintain over long periods of time, or hopefully for the rest of your life.
Don't be in a hurry to get results, and please try to avoid the extreme diets that you
Crash
can
diets,
find
fad diets.
on YouTube. Some people are taking 7,000, 10,000 calories per day, which is extreme. Other people are doing severe caloric deficient diets over 3-5 days. They call it military diet, and they end up losing weight. It's not advisable. It's not a good idea unless you are doing that with a professional nutritionist who knows what he's doing and will not cause you long-term damage.
Medically speaking, all of these can be quite harmful for you, not in just the short run, but even in the long run. So you want to avoid going towards anything like this.
Aim for a lifestyle rather than aiming for a diet or temporary gains or loss.
And I think we can call it a day at that point, because we can continue in in-depth details about all of these things in further videos. So keep tuned, and do you want to just
like, subscribe, share, and turn the notification on. And hopefully we will be back soon with more videos like this.
Definitely will.
For our channel.
All right.
Thank
Take
you.
care. Bye.